Today we're talking with Heather Hoezee, who is the owner of Mindbank HR, which specializes in all sorts of human resources. So Nadine Carlson will take the discussion from here.
Great. I'm so thankful you're here, Heather, to talk about these HR solutions, because so often owners and operators of AFC facilities don't have a background in HR. Mm-hmm. So to know the ins and outs of interviewing properly, the legalities surrounding that, so there's no consequences with Department of Labor or other agencies, is really, really important. And with your expertise since 1999 and now 16 years with Mindbank HR, mm-hmm. we're so excited to have you here to take us on this journey to learn how we can pull together and improve as small business owners and operators to compete with the larger corporations and ultimately the quality of the direct care workers that we all employ.
Absolutely. And I just want to say thank you to you and Jeff for inviting me here today. It's very exciting to be here and to be able to share some of my experiences as I work with small businesses in a variety of disciplines for some of their HR needs.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. All right, so let's get started with the beginning of the journey, which
Sure.
is once you find that candidate and you're going to interview, what are the best practices and your best advice on the hiring interview?
Absolutely. So I always like to focus first when we're working on interviews is that job description. Job descriptions are such a foundation to human resources and so many of the other projects that we do in human resources. Obviously, it's perfect and helpful for interviewing, ensuring that you've got that right candidate, with the right skills. But it's also very good for training and development. As you go through the career with that individual, how are they learning and growing in that position? It's also very good for performance management. Those annual evaluations that are formal, that would happen usually on an annual basis, but also throughout the year, you are taking a look at, again, those responsibilities of that job description and how are they doing in those situations and with their performance. And then another thing too is compensation. When you have an accurate job description that reflects the responsibilities you need to have, you can take that information and go to the market and take a look at salary benchmarking. Okay, so here's positions with the same or similar skills that I've got in my with my direct care workers here in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and this is what they're paying for the same position. Cool. This is what I'm paying. So you can see, am I paying to market, or am I a little bit less, or am I a little bit more? So those are some really great reasons to have a solid foundation. With accurate job descriptions, then you are ensuring that your process for hiring is more efficient because you've got these guardrails, you've got the responsibilities for each candidate that you're interviewing. So it's going to be more efficient, but it's going to be more accurate as well. The candidate that you're interviewing, you are going to ask those specific questions of every single candidate, so you know that you're getting the right responses for what your need is for that job description. Mm-hmm. So there's a few other components too for job descriptions. You're not just looking at those essential responsibilities, those main tasks for that particular position. I also like the owners to start with that overall scope of responsibility. Why does this particular position require a separate job description from another position in the organization? What sets it apart? That would be that overall scope, that introductory few sentences of why does this position exist? Then you get into your main responsibilities. You also take a look at the qualifications. What are you looking for as qualifications go? Maybe there's some specific medical computer database that you would like them to have experience with. Maybe it's specific medical terminology. Maybe there's educational requirements. Sometimes in the industry that you operate, there can tend to be some medical needs, and perhaps you need medical certifications for some of the workers that are in that environment. Educational requirements. Does the position need a degree in order to work in your facility? So there's a lot of additional parts to a job description that make it complete, that you can work with as you are interviewing candidates and going forward to fill those particular positions.